Sydney is such a special city. It's got beautiful beaches, iconic buildings, a stunning harbour, and now it's been named the world's best steak city.
We up now, believe it. Know you heard about it now.
In 2025, Sydney claimed 11 spots on the world's 101 best steak restaurants list, including 5 in the top 20. Come and taste the best steaks in the world.
We up now, believe it. Know you heard about it now.
Well, it's really wonderful being number 2. It means that what we're doing is recognised by people. We've really built a very important network of growers to make sure that when we have a steak here, we know the farm it came from, how it was raised, how it was looked after. So we're sort of hand-tailoring a program where we're buying whole bodies, we're dry aging. I'm at out of the dry aging room every week. I'm talking to the butchers as they're cutting the beef. Our program's working with fantastic producers like Nick Venter from Coppertree and also, very importantly, David Blackmore. So for us, the Ironbark Fire is what gives the steak at a really beautiful level of complexity. We're bringing it in, we're seasoning it properly, we're cooking it really well. We're changing the menu every day. It's reflecting what part of the body that we're working on. Yeah, the featured steak today is the Coppertree Hereford sirloin and also the David Blackmore Wagyu sirloin. I think Sydney is great because we have a fantastic beef industry here in Australia. Without great beef, you can't have a great steak. It doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what magic you apply, you must have the best steaks to start with. And our Australian beef industry is really important to why Sydney has been recognised as the #1 steak city in the world.
We've been open here for almost 16 years, one of the best dining experiences you can have in Australia for sure. So we were probably the first restaurant in the country to do aged beef in-house. So we can control all the process from start to finish, how many days we want to take it, temperature control, and obviously the size of the beef that we want to use. We have amazing farmers. I think that's probably one of the most important things. We have amazing land, lots of green, clean air, clean grass. We cook all the steaks on fire. So we use ironbark, which is an Australian native tree, really clean flavor, and it gets extremely hot, which just gives that amazing char on the steaks, really good caramelization, and quite smoky. With David Blackmore, we get the whole body, so it means we have to really use nose to tail. So we do the cheeks, we do the tail in a braising way, always finish on fire, but we do the blades, sirloins, oyster blades. So it really gives us an advantage of utilizing the whole animals as such. So we'll have red Wagyu sirloin, quite bigger in size, less marbling, but much beefier. It will melt in your mouth, but it will have more beef notes. And then we will have our Cape Grim Scotch fillet. So we age it for around 60 days. We take it off the bone. Sometimes we play around on how do we serve it. Sometimes we do stuff on the bone, off the bone, just to give a choice to the guests what they want to have.
The Grill is our brand new restaurant here in Sydney in Martin Place, focusing on great Australian beef cooked over coals. Yeah, it was very important to us when we started coming up with the concept for the grill that we showcased a very broad cross-section of great Australian beef, marble score, price, cut and quality really. At the grill we're doing all of our cooking of the steak over live fuel. So we're cooking over beautiful ironbark here. We're going to be cooking a beautiful 1.2 kilo Kidman Bistecca, coming out of Northern Territory, Queensland region. So it's got a marble score of about 4 or 5. It's our sort of big ticket item here at the grill. Australian beef is so unique and we have such a great landmass and different microclimates here gives us access to some of the best grazing pastures to produce arguably some of the best beef in the world.
Steak is all about the whole process. So from birth to death through to whether the animal itself, where it's coming from, the breed of beef it is, how it's been raised, how it's been killed, how it's then been aged or unaged. All these things have an effect along the way. It's sourcing that animal, a quality animal to begin with, that has a good, particularly for this style of cooking, has a good level of intermuscular fat. I like certain cuts more than others. I particularly like things like the ribeye because it's a cut that has a couple of different muscle groups. It's something that you can age on the bone. and has a very wide surface area that then opens itself up to the grill. It's a bit like a wine, you can quite happily have it fresh, and it's a perfectly good steak, but it's actually what happens and what we do ourselves is that aging process, that extensive aging process, takes over 250 days, which allows it to become something else. It's that transformation has subtle nuances of, you know, mushroom or old sherry or aged parmesan. It's that hand selection of the beef, the quality of the producer, that it can't fall down at the last minute, so it has to be then cut to order on a bandsaw, which is what we do here, trimmed to order, cooked over a wood fire, and we use grapevines and old wine barrels for the rich, aromatic, robust flavour. And literally all it needs is an open wood fire to get that crust on the beef and that flavour, and then just really good salt, that's it.
Porteno is an Argentinian institution of Sydney. We've been around for 13 years, so we cook everything over charcoal or a mix of charcoal and ironbark. We like to really showcase a lot of Australian beef and what Australian beef has to offer. For the last 2 years, over a lot of trial and error, we've put together what we think is the best showcase from both grain-fed and grass-fed for our steak selection or our dry age program. When selecting steaks at Porteno and producers, we've found that there's specific cuts from every single one that kind of showcase that producer's potential. I think the Argentinian philosophy is to use every single part of the animal, not just out of respect for the animal, but all those little secondaries and offal cuts, they're all delicious in their own way. We've got a couple of things on the menu at the moment, like beef tendon and heart, tongue, oxtail, that all kind of highlight every part of the animal. So we're going to be playing around with a skirt steak from Shimo. I work directly with Shimo, and they've done this specific spec just for us and just for Porteno. It's definitely lending itself to that Argentinian way of cooking, which is low and slow over low heat and just letting the fat render out and become, you know, the most tender, tasty cut. Sydney's lucky because we have such access to great quality beef from all around Australia, and Australian beef is obviously the best beef.